some of the questions I got on Gladio Plan B was that, you know, how can we even claim that U.S. is involved with this Gladio operations, because it was Italian. The United States has an office in Pentagon, okay? This office has a number, has a specific name. It's not called the Gladio Plan B office, but it is a designated section in Pentagon that only deals with these Plan B operations for Gladio.
General Joy.
Joy.
Oh, General Jim Joy and General Carl Steiner they're evil men. It was a mob military partnership, joint. It was a joint operation.
Same office, physical office section of Pentagon dealt with the previous operations of Gladio, not only till 1989, all the way up to 1995, 1996. So there's actually a physical division and office. So it's not some assumption or some conclusion. There is an office, there is a division, okay?
Is there a name we can give this group?
Well, George calls it, in his diary, he calls it Members of the Firm. He called it Brotherhood. He mentioned the Old Guard, Army. It's Army.
This is their headquarters. It is the 160th Special Operations Aviation Regiment at Fort Campbell, Kentucky, often called Task Force 160, or the Night Stalkers.
They trained the men in black
as the Night Stalkers, whose motto is "Death waits in the dark."
Steiner's Army, dirty tricks, special operations.
They are under the U.S. Special Operations and Special Operations Integration Command. They also have a Civil Affairs sister unit at Fort Bragg, North Carolina. Civil Affairs units are propaganda units.
They're training them to be murderers, and the taxpayers' dollars are paying for this.
This group is often referred to as Delta Force, but the truth is there is no one Delta Force. Task forces are formed from members of special forces.
They psychologically profile them.
Task Force 160 members are special operations group leaders in these task forces, and the helicopters are flown by pilots from the 160th. The 160th practices urban combat or domestic support operations.
Certainly the group that my husband is overseeing are twisted.
So part of the criteria, they look for people who have got something in their history that gives them a weird bend.
Yeah.
Like they were molested when they were a child, yeah. Or...
In this 1993 Army Field Manual 100-20, Special Operations Forces are particularly well suited to domestic support missions. Domestic means they are to be used on us here in the United States.
Intelligence community, the Army and Marine Corps assassins, snipers.
Nathan Vanderoe is sure of it. He was in the cafeteria Tuesday and mapped out the killing spree.
If in fact there was somebody on the roof, that's one. And then there was the two in the cafeteria, one guy that was shooting down at us, somebody that was always in the library.
The Sheriff's Department now believes the boys did all of their shooting and killed themselves within a half hour of starting their attack. That is significant since SWAT teams did not allow medical crews free access to the building and the wounded inside for nearly 4 hours.
The doctors and nurses are standing by here ready for anything, and we understand that people who are not working are calling in to see if they can help. So
officers on opposite sides of the school kept hearing each other shooting and assumed the gunmen were still alive. What they were shooting at is not clear.
We looked up, we saw 2 kids in trench coats with guns, and another kid just standing there on the side of the school in white.
These small task forces are equipped with high-tech weaponry called non-lethal weapons to make it more efficient for a small group of men to attack a large group of people.
Smoke is coming in from out there, and I'm a little bit.
We looked over, we saw the kid in the white throwing the bombs on top of the school. It's some kind of grenade or something, I don't know what it was. He looked at us and then he started shooting at us. And so we like fell to the ground, and then we got back up after he stopped shooting, and we saw a guy in a white t-shirt throw some bombs or something on the top of the school.
This room is filled with smoke. Okay. Oh my God, that was really close. Okay.
Know how many guys in?
I think three guys and a bunch of 12 gauges.
The point of a third suspect has come up many times. It could be a third, it could be 4 or 5, it could be 6, it could be numerous.
But the sheer size of their arsenal leads him to believe the boys had help.
Tonight, NBC News has been told that 5 big 36-pound bombs are important because those bombs would have been impossible for 2 teenagers to carry on their own, which means they either planted them early or they had help.
Stone would not cooperate with the investigation, that he broke appointments to testify and didn't turn over material.
So it seemed like he was holding his door open with his foot, and when I looked at what he was doing, his gestures was looking like he was trying to find somebody or was trying to signal somebody.
He wasn't alone. He had someone with him because the second can of tear gas didn't come from his side. He was completely dressed in black, head to toe. From what we saw, it seemed like he had something over his face, probably to prevent him from breathing it in. And
the door swings back open. A guy walks in, dressed all in black, helmet, gas mask, black armor, suit, everything, and
kicked through the door. And he was in, like she said, a riot helmet. She said had a bulletproof vest on. She said that he was completely covered in all black with goggles. They got up and they started to run through the emergency exit. She said that when she turned around, all she saw was the guy slowly making his way up the stairs and just firing. People just picking random.
These weapons are touted as being more humane, but in fact they disable a large group of people at one time, enabling a small group to go in and quickly and quietly kill them.
I know something went off behind me. I wasn't sure if he threw it or if somebody behind me threw it into the audience behind me, but it was a gas canister. It got harder to breathe, and less than 2 seconds of it going off, the gunshot started.
You said you saw something come from the back of the theater as well, and then the front as well?
Yeah, they both were thrown. They popped one after the other, and after they did, he started shooting.
Okay. Tell me what else you saw.
Same thing. I mean,
where I was at right here, we seen there was 3 white men in military fatigues taking off.
And we saw 3 men dressed in all black military attire with vests on. They're holding assault rifles, and they
of 2 witnesses that watched the whole thing start. They said there is 3 shooters with rifles, without a doubt. They said definitely 3.
The information we have is that they came prepared to do what they did, as if they were on a mission.
Witnesses saw the shooters leaving in a black SUV.
It was a black Impala, like SUV, or yeah.
He starts to shoot. He just shoots all over into the room.
Did you see people with the guns?
Yes, they're wearing all black.
Can you see them anymore?
No, I'm on the floor.
She saw a guy dressed in all black, had a mask with a big gun.
Yeah, they're fucking dressed in black.
Okay, listen. Okay, is he still shooting?
Oh my God! I just saw 3 dressed exactly the same.
You're certain that you saw 3 men?
Yes.